Hi, I'm Tom at Ledgemere. Today we're going to go for a little ride, and as some of you remember, my cousin Ray, he passed away over the winter after my brother passed away, and so his wife called me and said there was something over there that he had wanted me to have. So we're going to take a ride over to Leamington and go have a peek at it, and it's something a little bit unusual for me. So anyway, we're gonna go for a little ride real quick, and I got a little surprise to show you. So buckle up and let's go for a ride. So I'm over here at my cousin's, and this is what he wanted me to have. I don't even know what to say. So a couple things I know about it. I know number one, it's a 51. It's a John Deere B, and if I remember right, these were 17 horsepower or so, and it was replaced by the John Deere 50 in 1952. I know the 50 had a couple updated features, like well, this one's got it too. This one's got the spin-out wheels on it. So that's kind of interesting. I thought that was unique to the 50, was they had those rack and pinion wheels. Maybe this one doesn't have it, but it looks like it. And it's got decent rubber on it, and it's got a roll-o-matic on it and power troll, which is kind of one of those desirable options, I think, anyway. And it's been sitting here for a couple of years. I know it ran good because we were in the parade together with it, and I actually, even though I'm not a huge John Deere fan, the B is one of my more favorite John Deeres. I just think it's a cool little tractor. The John Deere B, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the B came out around 1935 or so, and I think it came out the same time as the A. And it came out before the Farmall H and M, but it's kind of the same idea in that the John Deere A was the big one and the B was the smaller one. And unless you park them side by side, they look pretty much the same, at least to me. So it's like the H and the M was the big one and the H was the smaller one. And if I remember also, there's three different kinds of Bs. There's the early ones, which were unstyled and they're kind of ugly. And then, so, is it Lowy? I get them confused whether Dreyfus or Lowy. One of them did I think Lowy did Farmall, and I think Richard Dreyfus did John Deere. So he was an architect and a designer. 1920s, the design period was called Art Deco, and I actually think Art Deco was probably one of the most classy design periods in American history. It's just really classy. So anyway, in 1939, this was the tractor that was redesigned, and then around 1947, so in 35 and in 39, it still had a pan seat. In the story I'm told by the people, well, the hand-me-down story, the people at John Deere, and I think this was made at Waterloo, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was built in Waterloo, and they just said the seat was designed for Pete, and Pete was the guy with the biggest butt at the factory. So the pan seat on the John Deere, not super comfortable. Pan seat on anything isn't super comfortable unless you like piles. So anyway, in 1947, for the 1948 year, they made this seat right here. And the cool thing about it, and you know, when John Deere, International, Ford, Alice Chalmers, all of those, they took a lot of parts off the shelf, and right. So like the air filter, I've talked about this before, was just a Donaldson. Donaldson made the air filters. Now if you look at this seat right here, I could unbolt that seat off that tractor and slap it on my 140 or my Cub. It's the same. The cushions are the same. Everything is the same, other than well, this one's green and mine's red, but well, this one's mine too. So anyway, enough carrying on, this tractor is in super cosmetic good shape. It's dirty, but there's no dents in it, and it's been painted up, and it looks really nice. So what I'm here to do right now at the moment is first I'll see if it turns over, but I'm gonna assume probably that the battery's toast, and I'll take it home and charge it up, and then come back later and load this up on the trailer and bring it home. So the John Deere, the 2-cylinder design, these are horizontal, so the pistons went back and forth this way, whereas so it's a horizontal with a horizontal design, and with Farmall the design they were vertical. So the cool thing, you know, about John Deere is there's only 2 cylinders and the parts are big, and you could pretty much do everything you ever needed to do on a John Deere with this and a hammer. Farmers loved them because they were simple, and they got mad in 1960 when John Deere came out with the 4-cylinder new generation tractors, because all along up until 1960 the dealership would sell tractors saying that the 2-cylinder design is the most rugged design, there's less moving parts, there's no water pump, it's thermosiphon, meaning that it heats up, turns to gas, and then it turns back to water, so it condenses back to water and then comes out the bottom, kind of like the Cub does. So anyway, the John Deere dealers, they touted, you know, John Deere, we got 2 cylinders, less parts, less maintenance, it's the way it should be. And then in 1960 they came out with the 4-cylinder tractors, and they had to change their tune. Well, the long and short of the matter was that they had pretty much exhausted the technology for a 2-cylinder horizontal engine. By 1960, they just couldn't squeeze out any more horsepower. The pistons were getting huge, the tractors were huge, and so if you read, you'll find that like a 730 from like 1959 outweighs a 4010 by a lot, and it's not quite as powerful as a 3010 or 4010. So the John Deere, these tractors had the hand clutch on them, and the cool thing about these is you could stand up, you know, ease driver fatigue, you could stand up and drive your tractor. Well, we all know that's dangerous now. So I have driven his A before, and I'm trying to remember a few things. I'll start by, oh, he left the fuel on, so the fuel, he's never turned it off, is in here for go-go juice. There's some on the bottom. It's been sitting here for 2 years, so we'll find out. Ouch, that hurt. Got the duck. Let's see. Ow. So this is a 6-speed, and I know the hand clutch. This way's out, that way's in, so I do know that. Let's see. I don't know which one of these is on as far as the switch goes. I know the right one is the lights, pretty sure. Now this is the throttle. There. For some reason I thought there was a switch on here. Let's see. One thing, I will never tell you I know how to do something when I don't know how to do it. These wires are here for the lights. I know this one's the choke, because when we pull it out, the choke, you can see the choke move. And I thought the other one was for the lights. Well, I'm sure the battery's dead anyway, so I'm not even too concerned about it at the moment. Let's see. So that's back, neutral. We put the throttle about halfway, and then this is the starter here. Yeah, my face is dirty. I've been into some stuff. So I came back home. I brought the battery back, and I did have a John Deere A manual because my cousin has an A over there too, and it's a 48. So the 48 and the 51, yeah, the 48A and 51B are the same series. And I know the A is a little bit different, but according to what this book says, and I didn't see a switch on that B anywhere. I know the A has one. And I know the B has a magneto, so there's not one of those ground switches like the Cub has that will ground out the mag and shut it off. So according to what I'm reading in this book, all you do is put the throttle like halfway, pull the choke out, pull the clutch back, put it in neutral, step on the starter, and it should fire up. And then to shut it off, you put it back in neutral, pull the clutch out, put it back in neutral, and then you pull the throttle back and it should shut the tractor off, and then you shut the gas off. And those of you out there who know all about Deeres, can you weigh in down there and let me know if that's how you do it? Because I don't have a B book, and I ordered one, and it's on its way. But I kind of want to get that thing going and bring it home. So here's your chance to tell me something that I don't know. And I don't know much anyway, so more to come. Hit the subscribe button and like the video and give me your comments down below if you don't mind, because I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about the tractor, because I know the statistics of it. I know I can tell you everything in the brochure, but when it comes to practice, don't know nothing. Talk to you next time. Thanks. And my bad too, I think the rack and pinion adjustable rear wheel tread has like a bunch of notches in it, and you turn like a bolt or something, and that brings the wheel in and out. This one's just got a splined rear wheel, rear axle. So somebody might want to explain that to me too. Thanks for watching.